Hey guys, wanted to make another video because obviously we're all losing money right now because of the Binance congestion on the chain. Um, we've seen this happen with Bitcoin before, we've seen this happen with Ethereum before, and now it's happening to Binance. Basically, there's so much activity going on um, that the chain can't handle the load right now, and the transaction times are obviously increasing drastically. A lot of people are facing pending confirmations for like 2 days now. I've been able to get some transactions through. You got to pay a lot of extra money to do that. But at the same time, even increasing the gas fees, I've been having transactions that are pending for all day long. So clearly, there's a problem with the Binance network right now. And I wanted to make a video basically just kind of like assuring people that it's not on the Panther side. If you're doing multiple things on the network, then you know that it's kind of messing up all over the place. I wanted to go into why that's happening, what we can do about it, maybe like some plans of action that you can take, and what Binance can do about it. So basically what's happening is, yeah, there's a lot of traffic, and for us to get our transfers in, or whatever it is that you're trying to do, have some kind of smart contract interaction, or you're trying to harvest a farm, all these things are actions that happen on the Binance network. So if the Binance network is not performing well, then nothing's going to perform well, and that ends up meaning a lot of us lose money because we can't compound, we can't harvest, we can't sell, we can't make trades. So that's bad news for all of us. The good news is it's also bad news for Binance. They don't want this to happen. They want a strong chain. They don't want it's like if you're running Microsoft and everything goes to shit, all your servers, all that, you don't want that to happen. So nobody wants this to happen. Binance should be on the ball, trying to fix this, which they have some tweets and stuff I'm going to show you that kind of lead us to believe that. I actually didn't pull up that tweet, but there was a tweet that was saying like, we're working on it. They basically said we're working on it. It might take some time because it's not easy to scale, but we're doing it aggressively. So they are working on it, which makes sense. They wouldn't not want to work on this and fix this. There's a lot of money involved that's not being able to be moved around. So first of all, I'm going to go over this tweet just so you know I'm not making all this up. The Binance chain community says that the dev community and validators have noted the low transaction times, or low TPS, transactions per second. That's how many transactions are going through the chain at any second, and that the transactions are taking longer to get blocked. To get blocked basically just means to be validated, to be a true transaction on the chain. And different chains have different ways of doing that. Bitcoin is proof of work, which means it has miners. Binance, I think there's miners as well. I don't think it's proof of stake or anything. So yeah, and it also says right here that joint efforts are being poured in to upgrade. So they're trying to fix this. Hopefully it doesn't take too long. So now that we got into kind of like Binance is working on it and what is the issue, let's talk about what can we do as a community of Binance chain users. So whether that be Panther swap or Pancake, or you do NFTs, whatever it is, even if you just like to hold anything, any token on the Binance network, how can we help speed this process up? So first of all, you can tweet these guys. You can let your voice be heard in mass, and that really does push the ball. I mean, people underestimate the power of the community. We really have all the power when it comes to politics, when it comes to corporations, when it comes to markets. We have all the power. I don't want to make this video about that, but the consumer holds all of the power. We do, all of us. So if we get together and we make our voices heard, they already know that we want this to be fixed. I mean, it's not a hard thing to imagine that we all want this to be fixed. But it really does help to get out there and to make your voice heard. So tweet at these people, whatever social medias they have, try to make your voice heard. Do it in a positive way, you know. Be professional, be positive, and just let your voice heard that, you know, you're losing money right now and you're an investor in Binance, and they got to take your concerns serious. All right, so that's one thing you can do. What's another thing you can do? Stop trying to make a million transactions. I know I harvest a million times a day and I swap tokens all day long. I'm not doing that right now. One, because it's cost prohibitive. The gas fees are up through the roof, and even if you pay them, your transaction probably is gonna get stuck. It's not even gonna go through. So first of all, using the system right now, unless it's working for you, fine, which good for you. You're gonna not have a good time. You're gonna end up spending a lot more money, and your transactions probably aren't even gonna go through anyway. And the whole problem is increased traffic. So just chill out for the next little while until they get this solved. Don't make so many transactions. Don't and do what you want to do. I'm just saying, how can we help the system out? Decrease the load on the system. How do you decrease the load? Stop using it so much. Your money's still going to be there. When this gets solved, you're going to be able to harvest. You're going to be able to do what you need to do. Of course, prices are going to fluctuate in that time, but yeah, the best thing you can do is just don't do as much stuff on the chain. Let things stabilize. Let them try to fix this. So one, get your voice heard. Two, stop using the chain quite as much. You might not even be able to use it, so that might just be like what you have to do. Three, what can you do if you still need to use the chain? Well, you can pay a lot more per transaction, which is going to put your transaction on the top of the pile. So when they go to validate it, or when it goes to get blocked, yours is more likely to go through. But that's going to cost you extra money, and it's going to cost you a lot of extra money right now. And two, I've been doing that, and I mean, not a lot, because when I see the gas fee is $5, it's not worth it. So I'm not really using the chain right now. But you can increase the prices, but like I said, that's not even really working, because the transactions just aren't going through, even if you do increase the gas fees. So you can try that. You can try using different RPCs. When you connect to the Binance network, if you're doing it on MetaMask, you are familiar with custom RPC and typing it in. Well, third parties can have nodes and validate the Binance network. So you could try some third party validators. I tried that. It didn't help too much. It was a little bit less fees, but I felt like my transactions weren't going through as often. So that solution didn't work all that well for me. So there's not a lot we can do. Just make your voice heard and try to decrease the load on the system. One other thing you can do is check this website right here. This is BSC Scan, which is a good website for checking all kinds of things on the Binance network. This specifically is a graph that's going to show you the daily transactions, and it's going to give you a bunch of information. As you can see, we've had a big spike. I mean, people are using the Binance network more than ever because Ethereum is having this problem to even greater degree. The one thing I wanted to mention was it's good and bad news. Binance is a less decentralized network, which means there's more centralized control, which means the validation process is it's happening between a fewer number of participants, which should mean they should be able to fix this quicker than Ethereum or Bitcoin could. So the good news for us is Binance has a lot of sway and a lot of pull, pretty much total control over their system. They should be able to fix this. It's not going to be like easy. They're going to have to do stuff. They're going to have to, I don't even exactly know, but get more validators, maybe increase the block size. I'm not positive, but the point is they have more control over it to do the things that they do need to do. Whereas with Bitcoin, it's like you got to get everyone to agree, etc. It's a decentralized system. So that's the good news for us. The bad news is crypto's all about decentralization, etc., etc. the truth of the matter is you're going to have both. You're going to have decentralized systems and centralized systems. So right now we should be witnessing the benefits of a centralized system in that they should be able to fix this quickly. Obviously it's been like 1 or 2, 3 days already and they haven't really fixed it. It is getting better. This morning I was which is March 12th or May 12th. I'm not good at months. Yeah, it's May 12th. It got better today. I was able to do some stuff that like yesterday it just would have been pending the whole time, and it seems like the gas fees are going down. But one way you can check that is like, so if you just pick a point in the graph, you can see the average block time is 3. I'm guessing that's 3 seconds, maybe per block, 3 minutes, maybe, who knows. What matters is the difference we're about to see. And then if you go up to like what's happening right now today, you're at 873 block time. So whether that's seconds or minutes or whatever, it's an increase of like from 3 to 800 is, I mean, it's like, it's more than 100, or it's more than a 10x, you know, that's like a fucking 10x times 3. So I'm not going to do the math right here. I'll just end up looking stupid. I probably already did. But as you can see, man, the block times are crazy right now. The average block size is over double. The block count and the new addresses seen. The new address is seen as more than double. The block count is the same. So maybe that's the problem. I don't know enough about this to tell you like, oh, it's because the ratio between the block count and the block. But that kind of seems like what it is. Total blocks count and then is staying the same, but the block time is through the roof. New addresses is through the roof. So this is kind of where our problems are coming from. But basically why I want you to check out this graph is until these numbers normalize back to where they were, or they can, and the way they do that, they're going to have to figure it out. Until these numbers normalize, we're probably looking at a highly congested, basically impossible to use chain. So that's the gist of what I wanted to tell you guys. The other thing is like, why? Just because a lot of people are using Binance, and does Panther have anything to do with it? Yeah, a lot of people are. Panther is the second most increasing platform on Binance right now. So a lot of this increase in traffic is due to Panther. Now, Panther's not responsible for this, obviously. Like, the Binance chain is meant to be used, and obviously Pancake and these other things still have way more users than Panther, but it's just in general the increased traffic, and Panther is one of the fastest growing things. So Binance is basically just going to have to, you know, their solution can't be, oh, there's too many projects. It's like, no, there's always going to be more projects. We're going to have to be able to scale, and we're going to have to be able to account for that. So that's pretty much what we're seeing. We're seeing the Binance network has to be able to scale, and I know I'm hoping, I think we're all hoping that they accomplish it quickly, because like I said, we're all losing money because of this. So that's pretty much the gist of it. I mean, go out there, make your voice heard, stop using the network so much, be professional. Don't like blame Binance or anything. You know, they don't want this to happen either. The only conspiratorial thing I want to add, and this is pure speculation, is just, and it's just for fun, is hypothetically, if the network is clogged, big business on the network, like let's take Panther Swap, and well, Panther Swap is not an equivalent to Pancake yet. It's going to be eventually, but like things like Pancake Swap, they're going to be affected less than small platforms, because when the gas fees go up, big players, that percentage between your transaction and the amount of gas fees you're paying, it doesn't affect them as much. But if you're only moving $10 and the gas fee is $5, you're priced out. You can't do anything about it. You're not going to make that transaction. But if you're moving $100,000 and the gas price is $5, you're still going to make that transaction. So the small guy is hurt more by this, which is unfortunate. And a lot of times when it's the small guy getting hurt, things don't get fixed as quickly as when it's the big guy, and especially when the big guy is benefiting. And I'm not saying that a congestion directly benefits the big guy, but it hurts the small guy more, which indirectly helps the big guy. So We got to get our voices heard. We are the small guy for the most part, the community, but when we come together, we become the big guy. So come together, get your voice heard, make sure Binance fixes this, and do it in a professional and positive manner. So that's pretty much what I wanted to say about the congestion. Hopefully we can get this fixed because nobody's happy about it. Have a good one, guys. Appreciate y'all.